What up? What up? We are live. Really didn't put a whole lot of thought into this one. What up? What up? Oh, hang on. We are live. Okay, killed that. What's going on, Tommy? Hope you had a good birthday. I'm getting everything set up. I'm still pretty, well, how do we say, StreamYard stupid. I'm looking at the wrong thing for my camera. Trying to make it look like I'm not looking up so much because my monitor's up higher than the camera. So I'm putting the camera up a little higher than well, a few inches higher. So I'm looking kind of more at the screen because I'll be looking over to the right of my screen. It's a big freaking monitor. And I want to be over there so you can see the Jägermeister. Oh, man, it was hot. What's up, Lady K, Chevy? Rod Share, Lisa in the house, Tommy. Jason's here. I saw Ride Share, Rodeo Steve, Bud Soda in the hizzy. It was, it was good. It was just hot. It was really, really humid, and I was just standing. I didn't do much sitting, and it tore my back up because I was on unlevel ground the whole time. It was kind of like on a hill. I mean, not a steep hill, but still, you're standing off to staying level or whatnot. But when I first got there, I got there pretty early. There was a breeze going through there. It wasn't too bad. There was a lot of big trees, so there was plenty of shade. But a couple hours later, the wind just stopped. It was just like a sauna. It was so humid. But other than that, how's the music though? Is the music too loud? Because I can't tell. And I haven't used Spotify on a live stream from home in a long time. Yeah, they got storms out there that morning where the fundraiser was, but I don't think it rained here at all. I never heard it. I know it woke my mom. My mom and one of my sisters said it woke them up pretty early. It was pretty loud. You can barely hear it. That's what I wanted to hear. I can hear it pretty good, but I want it up a little bit. I'll turn it down a little on my end. I don't want it feeding back through the speakers, even though I think StreamYards has that noise cancellation. My volume control on my thing gets staticky, which is weird because I really haven't used it much since I bought these speakers a couple of years ago. I usually just leave it at the same level all the time. Oh, I wish it was the coldest August here. It has not been. Vic Chin, what's up, buddy? And I know I'm the same time slot as Pedro. I'm checking out a couple new apps. I'm on Proxy Pick now. I haven't done anything for it yet, but I'm getting ready to this week. I'll see what I can do on it. And basically, I don't know, real estate agents or who gets a hold of you, but you just go take pictures of properties. And I may look into, there's some other gigs I'm not investigated and researched enough yet, but if you're a notary, which is real easy to get done, that could be a little side hustle gig you can do a couple times a week. Just charge like $12 to go stamp your notary with a witness on it. I found out about another one called Observa. It's an app, especially if you do like a lot of shopping orders, because what this is you basically take pictures of a display in a store or something like that. I'm still researching it. What's up, Bonsai? Oh, see, there's where you're wrong, Vic. You just got to change up your game plan and not lean on that dreaded door trash. That's why I keep saying if you got to rely on DoorDash, and like I have hardly done any Uber Eats in quite a while because it slowed down. Hang on, buddy texted me. Um, Uber Eats has slowed down so much, so I got to do other things. Like I didn't get it lined up till just after 8 tonight. I got a $116.83 catering order to do at 10:50 in the morning tomorrow. I was trying to get more, but there just wasn't there anymore there. Now I may get more in the morning. I don't know yet, but I mean, my probably first delivery of the day is going to already put me at $116, and it's slow. Even the company said this is our slowest time of the year, but I'm still pulling off 400 to 500 a month or a week, and just off that app alone, and that is delivered easy cater. But I've worked. I mean, I'm not number one priority, but I have a big truck and a lot of bags, and other people don't have that. I've seen other drivers. They've got small cars, and they don't have the capacity for the big orders. Well, yeah, proxy pics. Basically, you just take pictures. It could be just one picture of the front of the house. A lot of those are only like $8 though. From what I've done on my research now, you need to get more elaborate ones, and the more you do, kind of like any of these apps, you got to bite the bullet and take crappy gigs in the beginning, because you can get repeat customers on proxy pics where you'll get priority. Like it might pop up on someone else's phone, but if you're like say a preferred photographer or shopper or whatever, depends on the apps, um, it'll go to you first, and it won't even show. They'll get a push notification, but when they go to look at the gig, it's not even there because you already got it because you're preferred. So the more you do, the more you build up like a portfolio, and you just get more gigs on it. So that's something you have to build over time. Can't make a whole lot of money on it right away, but down the road, after you do it a bunch of times, maybe you can. Or if you know anybody in the real estate industry, like I happen to know lots of real estate agents that used to be bartenders. COVID hit, and guess what happened? A lot of bartenders were out of work, and it seemed like a lot of them either went to cleaning houses or they became real estate agents. So what's it for them so they don't have to drive out to a property and take some pictures? They send you out there and pay you whatever. I don't know yet. I'm going to be doing some investigating in that on my end, but that's legwork you got to set up. That's connections you got to make and network, because if you know a couple real estate agents, they know more real estate agents, and then those real estate agents know more and more and more. And who knows? It may turn into something I've been wanting to do for a long time is learn how to do that stuff with a drone, like drone footage of a property. I've got a drone now. I've never tried to fly it. It's a cheapie. I got it free, but I'd rather learn how to fly one on a free one than pay for it. Yeah, that's awesome, Bud Soda. Getting all the easy caters. They're broke up into so many different companies. Now more companies are coming out with their own gig apps or whatever, that dividing the easy cater up even more. And what's funny, I saw one that nobody wanted on delivered one morning this past week, and then I'll be damned if I didn't see it pop up on. It was one of my first offer on deliver that day. I'm like, I already declined that twice. I declined it the night before. I declined it the morning of, and then I saw it pop up like an hour later on deliver that. I'm like, nobody wants that order. It sucked. Now the one I'm doing tomorrow, I'm driving a little further than I like to, but I turn around and drive almost right where I like to work my days now when I'm doing my Instacart or Spark, whatever. That's the main two I do in between. Trying to just do catering orders, and in between that, I'll try and get either an Instacart, Spark, Curry, or now I've added Dispatch. But so far, Dispatch has sent me nothing but pretty crappy offers. That's all I have to say. This Observer, though, I'm going to be looking into that because it seems to be pretty popular. It's only in the United States and Canada, and it looked like, from what I could see on some other people that's got it, if you're in Canada, boy, those offers seem to pay a lot better than the United States. But then again, I don't think the dollar goes as far in Canada as it does down here. Not saying that it actually goes very far. Well, see, everybody did you know, man, saying this is a good idea for life. Well, I kind of had the idea because I'm Mr. Anti DoorDash and Pedro's Mr. DoorDash. Not everybody does DoorDash. Not everybody likes DoorDash. I hate DoorDash. I keep preaching the gospel on it. All those hoops they make you jump through. They're running a circus, and we're not clowns. Did you know? See, I'm calling it different. I'm bringing up the clowns too, even though it's different. It's anti DoorDash versus Pedro's DoorDash delivering to the non-tipping clowns, or not to deliver to the non-tipping clowns. I'm saying that DoorDash is making their drivers clowns because they're running a circus, jumping through hoops. Just my opinion. It's like belly buttons. Everybody's got one. Oh, I can't, Shane. I can't even take them. They're so terrible. What up, Sam Lee? I'm not calling any one person a clown. I'm just saying DoorDash is making their drivers to be clowns, making them jump through all them hoops and loops. Good thing they don't put any fire on them. We'd be in trouble because you got to jump through a lot of hoops. You'd be getting your tail burnt. Just saying. Yeah, I'm not going to run a very long stream tonight. I put an hour timer on it for myself. Easily customize existing layouts. Why are they popping up tutorial stuff on my StreamYard? Something just popped up about, I don't even customize something. I don't really care. I had a Jaeger last night. Just one. I can't drink them like I used to. I'll be interested in this Observer though, because there's gas stations. You just got to go in and take a picture of like an end cap or something. Now there is an Observer. You will possibly have to talk to a manager if supplies are low on something. I don't know, just have a quick little chat with the manager or somebody and say it's the manager. I don't really know. And I mean, they don't pay a lot, but I mean, if you can knock out 2 or 3 of them, if you're already in a Target doing a shop. I saw one of them. A guy had to do an end cap picture, and it was full. It looked just like the picture that it was supposed to look like. There was nothing missing. He didn't have to talk to the manager because it was full. Actually, it was a she. No, that was a he. They were already in there doing their shopping. They needed like 4 or 5 things, and they got them and made an extra like $16 while they were in there off the Observer app. I'm like, that's pretty cool. And now, I mean, that's them doing their own shopping. We're going in and doing someone else's shopping on a different app. And if it only takes like a minute to snap a couple pictures and upload them to the other app, you can turn a $28 shop and deliver into like a $36 without doing much extra work because you're already there. I didn't see Walmart's name pop up on anybody going to the on Observers, but I know Wegmans. Some of you are familiar with Wegmans over on the East Coast area. I'm not. I don't have them here. But we'll see once I fire it up, see what happens. Yeah. I don't like to sugarcoat it. You guys know that. I'm kind of filterless. I have more of a filter on the YouTube than I sometimes do in the real world, though. But yeah, my top 5 right now is pretty much my Instacart, my Spark, my Delivered. I haven't done anything with Delivered that yet, but I'm going to put it in the top 5 because it's dealing with exactly what I want to do is more catering orders. I'll tell you why. They pay more and you're not doing much more work. You still got to drive to the restaurant, pick up the order, and deliver it. Sure, you're picking up a bigger order, but it's going to pay you a crap ton more than going to McDonald's and running an order 3 miles down the road for $8.55 or whatever. I mean, I won't do a McDonald's for $8.55. That's some bitch got to pay like $18, $19, or I'm not even going to go on their parking lot because there's a chance I may be in a drive-through for 25 minutes. Yeah, I've heard about Wegmans through Bud Soda and Rideshare Lisa and riding them with Red. You just guys call her now, official Gig Wars or Gig Wars official, and all those people over there and Wawa's. I've never heard of Wawa's. Actually, Sarah Elizabeth down in Tampa Bay, I think that's where she's at. That's the first place I heard of Wawa's, and Jonathan K, or AKA JK, um, told me what Wawa's was, because I'm like, what the hell is Wawa's? Like a convenience store. Oh yeah, I was killing it on White Castles. I was when I was that's wrong time of year. That's when I was hitting the Uber Eats late night, and I developed a new way. I had to figure out things that were paying late at night because I was having big time sleep issues. I couldn't sleep at night, so I figured I might as well try and make some money in those. I mean, from like 9 to 11:30. Forget about any of those White Castles; they suck. But it seemed like about midnight or later they started getting good. And I mean, they were priced high enough you would think that somebody already picked up the food and stole it and canceled the order. And drivers kept going and the price kept getting pumped up. But that was Uber Eats. That was not DoorDash. That was Uber Eats. You don't see me with a DoorDash hat on. And my trusty Gigwise hat. Where's that camera at? I need to make a new hat with my new little logo. The Gigwise God of Gigs. Now I'm looking for more apps now. I'm really going to be doing some research that require less driving, and maybe something like this like Observa or other things that you might be able to just do in between deliveries while you're out and about in the day. It'd be great if we could figure out some good gig apps to do from right here at home, but those especially with people with ADD, if you got to do things on the computer, it's really easy to get distracted and get into a time vortex on some shorts or reels videos or whatever rabbit hole you end up going down, and all of a sudden it's 5 hours later and you just made $1 off of whatever you're trying to do. But if you guys have any apps that you like to do besides, of course, the one I don't want to talk about on here, throw it in the chat. In about 5 minutes, I'm going to throw that link out there if anybody wants to get up on the microphone, up on the panel, whatever it's called. I bumped my elbow into something earlier. Oh shoot, I got a pot boiling. I'll be right back. Chat amongst yourselves for a minute, or throw some gig app ideas up on the chat. I may know about them, I may not know about them, because I look at a lot and I'm signed up to a whole lot. Oh yeah. A rolling board. Sorry about that. That boiled a little quicker than I thought it was going to. Genie in a bottle. Yeah, did you see me come out of it? Wait, I moved different on the camera. I had a really hell of a time on a Instacart, not Instacart. No, yeah, it was Instacart, but I was in a Walgreens in Illinois, and I had a horrible signal on my phone, terrible reception, and I've never had this happen. When you're trying to scan the barcode, the camera was like sideways or upside down or something, and if I moved up or down with the camera on the barcode, it was going left and right, and vice versa. If I was trying to go right or left, it was going up and down, and it was so hard. I mean, because it was like I was dyslexic or something. I couldn't get things to scan. I kept having to go back up to the front of front of the building because I couldn't get a signal. That was a 7-item shop that took me like 20, almost probably 23 minutes because I couldn't get my phone to work worth a damn because I was down in the 4G and I had a crappy 4G signal on top of it. And then I'll tell you what I did when I got out in the parking lot. I couldn't get it to complete my order. I mean, I scanned and everything, and Metro B isn't in my my area yet. In fact, Lisa's got a friend. She goes by Side Hustles, her name, and she turned me on to Metro B or Metro B. Some people, I think they're calling it Metro B. She introduced it to me as Metro B. So that's stuck in my head. Freight, I have not tried yet. Drop-offs in my phone, but I haven't signed up with it yet. GoShare is another one I want to look into because somebody was just talking. I've had GoShare on my phone. I've just never went through the hoops. I'm still waiting on my GOMO background check. I got the ASAP driver in here because now it's powered by Uber or something like that. So I want to try that out. Not quite yet because if it's food deliveries, I figure they're in the same boat with Uber right now, slow as hell. I'm talking about Uber Eats, not rideshare. I don't do that. I still have GoPuff. I don't think I'll ever use it because other apps are doing GoPuff deliveries, and they seem like they were paying more than GoPuff was. Like Uber Eats is doing some GoPuff orders, and they seem like they're paying $1 or $2 more than what the GoPuff orders were because GoPuff booted me because I didn't update them with my picture of my insurance in time, but I don't get my insurance automatic renews and it's paperless, so I can't get a screenshot of my new insurance card until literally the day it renews. And they booted me, deactivated me the day before, and I'm like, it's not even expired yet. I've never heard of food taxi. I think somebody asked me about that recently. The last milers and the catering apps are more what I'm looking for because to me, you're getting a little bit more bang for the buck. And TaskRabbit is a good one. I've often thought about, but my problem is I don't know what to charge for anything, and I don't think they have like set rates. And I never researched it enough. Digi, I think everybody signed up that I talked to about GOMO, but we're all waiting on the background check. I haven't heard of anybody getting on it yet that's actually signed up. But yeah, TaskRabbit, I don't know. And there's also handy.com or whatever. It's like TaskRabbit. Bungie's another one I have in here that I haven't. Mothership, I haven't heard of. I like Mothership with the P-Funk All-Stars. The Mothership has landed. George Clinton and the Parliament Funkadelics, P-Funk All-Stars. That's what it makes me think of. The Mothership is coming down. It's going to land. Bungie, I've never signed up with. GigPoint, I've never heard of that one. Axel Hire, that's not my phone. I don't know if I've heard of it. There's literally so many apps out there. That's why I say for people, they think they have to rely on DoorDash and all them hoops. You don't. You really, really don't. And then now they're doing the new Premier, or I don't even know what it's called. They keep changing the tiers, and they make different hoops for different things now. They keep throwing, you get everything set up to do it one way, all your metrics where you need them to be in ratings, and then they change it all around on you. I actually went to when I was in culinary school, one of the girls in my class, her dad was like a roadie or something for the P-Funk All-Stars. And she said, and she had to go when she was young, she had to go along with him a couple of times on the road. And she said George Clinton smelled so bad. It's like never bathed. He just stunk. And I'm like, that's funny. I would have never, well, looking at him, you kind of would possibly think that, but having, the fame and fortune or whatever that he had, you think he would know how to shower or bathe. Well, I'm going to keep looking. I want to find more that you can do. I mean, everybody's got a camera in their phone, and there's apps out there that you can make money. There's even freelance stuff like, I don't know, Shutterstock, with all these ones you can just take pictures of random things and upload them to. And if somebody ever downloads that picture for whatever purposes, you get a little money. I never got into that, but Angie bought them. I think it's ANGI now. It's just Angie without the E on the end. I saw a commercial on that not too long ago. Not that I watch a lot of commercials. But that TaskRabbit, you could, I mean, and this is going back 2-3 years, people had quit doing DoorDash and basically any of the driving ones, the food apps and whatnot for TaskRabbit because they were making so much better money on TaskRabbit. But like I said, I don't know what they charge for anything except flooring. I can tell you how much it'll cost you to pay me to do like a pergo floor in your living room or whatever. Laminate was, I liked laminate the best. I can do just about anything but carpet, and I didn't like vinyl. I can do vinyl, but I won't because it's just too much work for too little pay. You can't charge a whole lot for it. No, it's just Angie now. It's just ANGI, I believe. It's just Angie. Yeah, Handy's the other one, but Bud Soda said that Angie bought it. So we're back to just TaskRabbit. I told a lot of people during COVID to get on TaskRabbit and stuff. When I was at AutoZone, I wasn't even in the gig market yet. Who keeps texting me now? Oh, that's Steve. Oh, wow. His hair's gone, man. I think that might have been where that smell was coming from that she told me about. What's funny is her name's Cinnamon. I think I was with this girl Jasmine down at the social bar girl one night, and I also knew this girl named Cinnamon. And my buddy Mike came down there and he referred to one of them as, I don't know, some other herb or spice. And I'm like, that's Jasmine. He's like, how am I supposed to know what spice or herb you're out with tonight? I'm like, yeah, whatever. An ice cream man? No, man, I'd be in the snow cones. I never worked in ice cream, but I know the shit. I know the shit out of snow cones since my ex-wife still has my snow cone stand. Now, I worked with it for over a decade. I've made probably well over 100,000 snow cones personally myself. Probably more, probably a whole lot more than that out of all the years. Ice cream man. Oh, you're actually talking about the ding-a-ling-ding guy driving around the ice cream man. I actually have thought of that long time ago. Because here in St. Louis, you see some pretty beat up old conversion vans. They're not even white with the ice cream man stickers on it and the damn bell. And we got the one with the speakers that drives around and goes, hello, hello. And then some stupid song plays. I hate it. I haven't heard that in a while. I haven't heard it at all this summer. Yeah, LLC is something I'm probably going to do next. I'm doing so many different. I'm getting a little money coming from all different directions from all these damn apps, and I'm going to start keeping a little better bookkeeping on that. I don't know who Morgan Wallen is. There was I got a friend who she worked for a different company that did all those ice cream novelties, like the ice cream man. But it was the other man, the other brand that had all those same kind of things, but they were a little different. Gosh, what was the name of it? And this was years and years ago. That's why I thought I had a hookup that I might have got a decent little discount, so I could make a little. My bottom line would be a little better. Yeah, to go share and drop off. I know drop offs in my phone somewhere. I've got treads in here for Zifty for whenever Zifty gets to my market. I'm not signed up with it yet, but I've got it in here. The only way I can sign up with Zifty is if I literally sign up and like another state where it is available. There's not an option to sign up. And there's my Bungee driver right there. I'm on Rova. I haven't done anything with Rova yet. But some of these I was holding off on that require like quite a bit more driving until I got something that was getting a little better gas mileage. So I don't know if I'm ever going to do some of those because there's just going to be a lot more driving, and to make it more profitable for me, I need something that gets at least twice my gas mileage, which is only going to be like 16, 18 miles to the gallon. That's twice my gas mileage right there. So I'd be spending half as much on my fuel. Well, technically, I'd be spending the same damn amount, but I'd be using half as much fuel, so to speak. I was just watching Steve Wallace just dropped a video. He's in Nova Scotia right now. His mom's sick, and he's going to be up there for like a month. He had somebody bring his vehicle loaded with all of his gear, and I'm not sure where Steve Wallace lives. He does stealth camping on YouTube. That video had been out like 34 minutes, and Jesus, the amount of views and comments it already had after 34 minutes. He dropped it 34 minutes earlier. It was crazy. What's up, Night Watcher? You in Kansas City? What you doing in Kansas City? First time I was in Kansas City, we went in downtown Kansas City, and I guess going like a main street or something. And we saw a big boarded up window. Somebody had broke out and somebody spray painted on it, legalized sodomy. That was like one of my first experiences with Kansas City. I'm like, that's great. That is great. I wasn't driving, but I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I thought Kansas was going to be a little nicer than St. Louis. It looks like it's the same thing. That Night Watchers from here, unless they're playing the Cardinals, I don't think he'd be watching a Royals game. I've been in their parking lot, the Royals in the Arrowhead Stadium at 3:00 in the morning. Oh, I guess you are going to watch Kansas City baseball. Hey, you might be able to do some gig work there. There's if the same company does the food running for whatever baseball team you're going to watch that does the Gateway Grizzlies. I found out about it through Paraworks, which is another app I didn't mention yet. If that gets big, because that's going to be doing it does catering orders too, but this wasn't a catering order. You were a food runner. You basically, people order the food from their seats and you run it to their seat and go back, and they paid you. I saw it go from $20 an hour or all the way up to $37 an hour. It's like the more they needed people to fill those positions, the more they were paying. I guess that's like anything. I don't know the name of the company that actually handled that through Paraworks. Star? I can't remember. Well, you go to the right parts of towns, you can find what you're looking for there. Did you know, man? I'm not going to discuss what you just put in the chat, though. It was. I mean, I wanted to do it, but it just always it didn't go with that. Can't think of the word I'm looking for. It coincided with what I was already doing, something like that. The Slurpee machines aren't cheap, and you drive around with them, you're going to bang something up inside and break the something. I drove her the one time we went to Kansas City. That was like 1990. We drove over to Kansas actually, and I bought a scratcher for $1, and I won $21. That was different than Missouri's. In Missouri, you would have won $20, so you technically would have only won $19 because you spent $1. Well, that one I won $20 because it paid out $21. I was like, hey, that's pretty cool, which helped because I was broke. We were always broke back then. How did I go into lo-fi? I don't want lo-fi. I'm not ready to go to bed yet. What is all this lo-fi? Nah, we don't do lo-fi. Where was that one I found earlier? It was kind of cool. The name of this one is Slasher. My Temu? Not yet. It's on a boat somewhere. It shipped out. Some of the stuff, I don't know if it was all of it or some of it shipped out yesterday because the USPS labels were created and I guess put on the packages. So it's coming United States Postal Service once it gets to the United States. That's going to be fun. I think I'm going to have fun making those Temu review videos with the outdoor stuff. Not just on packaging. I'm actually gonna try out this stuff. I got to give it a valid review. Because if it's junk, it's junk. But I mean, if something's actually a good value for what you get, yeah, that's what I want to know. That's what I want people to know. Because I mean, their stuff is so cheap, but they do have some pricey stuff on there. If you've ever looked at the Temu app, well, actually, I'm doing it all on my computer. I don't have the app. I don't want that app on my phone. I put it in there once when my younger sister first turned me on to it. My God, the notifications were blowing me up. I'm like, I got to get rid of it. I don't even know what this damn app is. And then I was literally out at her house like 4 or 5 days later, and she had just gotten a bunch of packages. And she's like, I love this Temu so much. I'm like, oh my God, I had to delete the app. It blew my phone up. I don't like all them notifications, and it was crazy. But on my computer, I don't get it. Now they're loading my email up though. I think I'm gonna start a new gig work email address just for my gig apps. Cool, man. Thank you for that sub. I'll be promoting it more once I finally get some content up there. Right now, I can't do a YouTube search and find the damn thing. Just like my Outdoor Eats channel, that I couldn't find that on a YouTube search channel search until I put that one video on it of the knife I bought. That was my first actual unpacking review. I didn't use it. I still haven't used that knife. It's right up there in my cabinet. I can show it to you though. Give me 1 second. I need a drink. I put a cooler over here to keep my damn. Talk about cold. It's freezing up. It wasn't froze when I pulled it out of the fridge. Gotta stay hydrated. I opened my back door a while ago and it's supposed to be like 80 degrees, but I still felt that humidity. I'm gonna grab that knife. Where did I put it? There it is. Ah, damn it, I tripped over my charger. Oh, wow, it doesn't like this box. That's the box it came in. It's totally weird. That's the case. Yeah. It's as big as my face. Yeah, that's the knife. I can't really, boy, it really doesn't like the. Notice I am trained. I use the pinch grip. That's how a trained chef does it. Anybody with good knife skills, knife techniques. Now who? My buddy knows I'm live streaming, so he's texting me. He's not on here. He's at the bar I usually meet up. That's our weekly wrap up meeting night at the Cloverleaf Sports Lounge out in Oakville, but I'm not going tonight. Yeah, I've got. We actually, Steve, believe it or not, the guy that's texting me, we created National Jägermeister Day. I think it's November 13th in the state of Missouri. That is National Jägermeister Day. We've got the paperwork. I'm looking at my microphone like it's the camera. If you wonder why I'm looking down, I keep looking at my microphone. I need to get my other one working that comes over here, but the last time I was trying to use it, you couldn't hear me on it. It was my other one that was picking up all the sound that I didn't even know was plugged in. But yeah, we've got National Jägermeister Day. I think it's November 13th. Hey, is National Jägermeister Day the 13th of November? Question mark. If it's not the 13th, it's right around there. The roadies are terrible. I mean, terrible. Rideshare Lisa just got back on roadie, and she did a couple of script runs yesterday, or medicine orders, she calls them, but they're prescription orders. Well, what is the date? That's what I'm trying to remember. He says no. Maybe it was the 20th. I know it's around that time. Curry, the smaller orders, that's mainly what I've been seeing is just small orders or just ungodly huge, like, pallets of freaking water. All the compact cars are getting the small orders, and there's just too many across the river in Illinois, and I can't chance driving all the way over there to take one, because if I could get another order or two while I'm over there, that would make it worth it. But for me to drive all the way over for where the pickup and drop-offs are in Illinois, and I don't get anything else, they're just not paying enough. They'd almost have to double or triple the earnings on it. I mean, I'd love to do more because I think they're easy. They're quick and easy. But all that driving, it's killing my gas mileage. Hey, I'm 30 plus years working in the bars, Steve. Bars and restaurants, you name it. I've worked every position except owner. The only businesses I've owned is a barbecue business and a snow cone stand. Two separate businesses, Q Brothers Barbecue and Catering and Snow to Go. I'm just going to make up a date in November and go with it because I'm just needing it for the live stream. He's mad because I didn't show up tonight. I got to work tomorrow in the morning. I typically take Mondays off unless I have a catering order or some kind of order that's going to make me more than like $20-30. It takes more than that to get me out on a Monday, but I don't really have to do any laundry, so I can work if I want to, but I got to have something to get me out of the house, and I do. It's $116.83. Well, I liked them on Shipped. That's an app I like. I really like that app. I just don't like the way it's paid. You just don't know the tips. You don't know what you're really going to make, and that's what I don't like about Shipped. But I love that app, and I'm going to have to turn it on to see if they still have prescription orders, because the roadie here does not have all the CVS orders that used to pop up on Shipped, and the script orders that Lisa did yesterday were not CVS. I don't know what she said they were, but they weren't CVS, because you could stack those script orders. I mean, you would have been in heaven down here, Bud Soda. You could do those all day long. Well, for as long as they do them, they're not all day long, but you could probably do a good couple hours worth of, maybe 3 hours worth of script runs and just stack anywhere from 4 to 8 per hour. Because there are so many grocery stores and Targets and actual CVS pharmacies themselves. They all got CVS's in them. The deliveries were real short runs from the stores, and some of the stores are sometimes only 5 miles apart from each other. So you could just go pick them all up and then route them out. Yeah, if I ever go to, I'm not really too much worried about now. I do want to go to Ireland someday, but back in the day, I wanted to go to Ireland and become a certified uh, Guinness drawer of draft. They'll teach you how to draw a proper Guinness. And the last bar I ran, I actually had Guinness on tap with the proper tapper for Guinness. So I pretty much can do it properly, but I never went to the Guinness brewery to get that training and get that certification. I've never even heard of Rite Aid or that Kenny Drugs. The perfect pour. Now free pouring with liquor bottles. Um, I've got challenged by bosses, bar owners, if they thought I was over pouring or wasn't pouring properly. I got put to the test, and I proved them wrong every time. Oh, in Ireland, is that what it's called? Toastmaster? I couldn't remember the name. I don't remember that name. Sloppy work. Whatever. Yeah, I worked in a bars restaurant. My first job was a dishwasher, and I cut the fries. That was all I did because they had fresh cut fries there, but it was actually a machine with a 5-gallon bucket with water that the little cap of vinegar in it to keep them from oxidizing and turning brown or maroonish brown or whatever. Yeah, I need to pop on Shipped in the daytime. I haven't done that to see what they're still doing it. One of the other things I liked about November 3rd is National Jägermeister Day. Well, I had the 3 right. I went with sometime in November as National Jägermeister Day. He's like, "What day did you go with?" I've never been a big Guinness fan, but I haven't drank beer in so many years because I've been allergic to it. I'm probably not allergic to Guinness, though. I'm allergic to most domestic beers from the heat stroke I had. Don't ask me why. I have no idea. It was just a side effect of the heat stroke. And I tried Yinling a couple weeks ago for the first time I've tried a beer, a domestic beer, in well over 6 years. Um, it didn't give me the pounding headache that one Bud Select will, or I never did like Bud Light. That I was always allergic to that nasty beer water. I wouldn't know if it fell off a cliff. I wish it would go right off a cliff and stay down at the bottom. Let it crash and burn. Trash and burn. Door trash and burn. No, it's actually November 3rd here in the state of Missouri. You might not be able to find it on Google, but we've got it documented. He went through the proper channels to file the proper paperwork to become in the state of Missouri. It's November 3rd. Unless somebody else could have made their national Jägermeister Day too. That might be the national one, but we actually have one right. It's actually in Oakville, South County, St. Louis, because that's where we partook in it. And I think I only did 2 shots of Jägermeister on that night. That was the first one was last November 3rd. We had just got the paperwork in not too long, couple months before that. Yeah, the script orders on Ship didn't tip. That's one of the things I kind of liked about them. You knew what you were getting. There was no guesswork. And if you stack, 5 of them, you're looking at $35 an hour, because you could usually knock out 5 of them per hour if they all came out just right. I only saw them come out just right. One day I was out and was able to do it because I was working later in the day. The script orders were usually coming out earlier in the morning, but I was seeing them, and I'm like, man, I could stack these if I was out. But I knew I was gonna be out till like 11, 12 that night, so I didn't want to get out that early because I don't know how to take a break. It's National Filet Mignon Day. It's a national something day every day of the year now. And I see the stuff on Facebook. It cracks me up. Happy Pop Tart Day or whatever it is. Oh, I thought I was closer to the wall. I'm trying to crack my back. It's not working. It is, yeah. All that standing yesterday on that unlevel ground, and it was grass, and then part of it there were the freaking walnut trees. So you're trying to walk or stand. We kept stepping on walnuts. I kept telling the old people, watch your step here. There's walnuts everywhere, and they don't clean them up there. Oh, I stack and route some things. The integrity of the prescription drugs aren't at risk when it's not hot, it's not cold. So the only thing with that, you got to make sure you get the right bag to the right house. You can't mix those up. You don't want some old person taking the wrong medicine, because that can really mess somebody up. So you just got to be really careful and make sure you read your stuff when stacking prescription orders. The most stacking I ever did, and it was when I worked at a restaurant, and I do maybe 4 or 5 orders sometimes, but they were all on the way to that last one. I wasn't picking them up from separate restaurants. I wasn't zigzagging all over the town it was in, the area it was in. It was literally in a row, bang, bang, bang. And then I was back like within 20, 25 minutes to go on another run. I was making bank at that place. But well, for the time, for how long ago it was and what I was making, I was making $950 cash a week just delivering pizzas and wings. That's the name of the place, Pizza and Wings. That was it. And it all depended on flyers. That's how they advertised. Mainly was flyer distribution and subdivisions. And I had somewhat of a say in where those flyers went. After I worked there long enough, I knew areas that tipped better than other areas. So I made sure they got peppered with flyers. We had a company, one of the companies that did the flyers for us, we had to fire them because we got a call from we'll say a customer out there, or some lady that lived in this neighborhood where she said the people handing out our flyers were sitting out on their concrete sewer out there on the edge of their yard, smoking weed and throwing all the flyers down in the sewer, the storm sewer. We're like, really? And it showed because the phone was not ringing. They did not distribute the flyers. We could always tell if they didn't distribute the flyers right, the phones wouldn't be ringing because the business was just slow as hell. So it was well worth the money they spent on that little part of advertising. See, I couldn't tell on Roadie or on Shipped Here, Lisa, because sometimes it was all throughout the day. You just have to be careful because a lot of the pharmacies are closed 1:30 to 2 because they all go to lunch. Even if you go to a CVS store, that pharmacy within that store is still closed from 1:30 to 2. I found that out too. Yeah, that was that day I did like $58 in an hour and 15 minutes off prescription orders. What time is it? 9:55. All right, I'm almost at an hour. I hope somebody learned something about an app they never heard of tonight. I'll be bringing more. Observa. I don't think anybody would have heard of Observa except the 2 people I text messaged it or Facebook messaged it to earlier. Or it might only been one person I sent that to, because I'd never heard about Observa until today. And did I download it? Let's see. I did. I just didn't put it over where I'm putting I rearranged. I've got so many damn gig apps. I've got Metrobi. I've got that in here. I've downloaded it. It's just not in my area yet. I actually can move that. I'll put that over here next to Zifty. And I'm going to move that Observa over there, because I'll be probably signing up with Observa right after I get off the live stream here. So if there's any background checks or anything, they can get that done, and I'd be maybe able to rock some of that out and give it a test drive tomorrow, so I can give you guys a more, I don't know, knowledgeable opinion on it. Oh, I forgot to put the link up there. I'm not going to do it now because I'm not going to be on here much longer. I may go a little over an hour. You know, I never sign off when I say I'm going to. I've got Red Wagon in my phone, but I don't have, it's not, I don't think it's in my area. And Zifty definitely isn't in my market. Yeah, and Metro B closest to you guys, or Metro B, is New York City. It'll expand out. I've heard good things about Metrobi. It's unfortunately it's not in my market. And I've heard decent things about Zifty, and I've heard shitty things about Zifty. All I know is it's another avenue or another option to try and get you some easy caters. Trying to get people to make the bigger money instead of racking up all the small monies. Which one said St. Louis, Zifty or Red Wagon? I'm looking right at Red Wagon. The Red Wagon something. I'll have to create an account and figure it out from there. I haven't even researched Red Wagon. I don't even know what they deliver. I don't ditch. If I accept an order, I commit. There was one I canceled one morning because I woke up feeling like death. Luckily, it went away by about noon, but that was 3 hours after I needed to do the delivery. But I got a hold of delivered very early that morning. I mean, I was like 5:30 in the morning. I felt like death. I texted him. I said, "Hey, I feel awful. I don't know what in the hell happened, but I felt like shit for about 5 hours." Good night, Steve. Thanks for hanging out. And also with me getting off early, it gives you guys time to go check out the end of Pedro's show, because I know he'll be running it late. And don't worry, you didn't miss anything but his intro. He's probably just getting done with that right now and starting to check out chat. I'm kidding, Pedro, if you're watching. Well, maybe I'm not kidding, but I did watch him do a 16-minute and something second intro one night before he ever made one look at the chat on a live stream. I think I said something to him about it in the chat, because I went back and I think it was 16 minutes and 32-second intro before he looked at either that or it was before he looked. That was the first time he looked at chat, was 16 minutes and 32 seconds into the live stream. Oh, did he start his live late? Right on, Bud Soda. I like that. The hell just fell? I just dropped. Ah, there it is. My Gigwise hat fell down. We'll go back to Gigwise for a little bit. Yeah, I need to order some new hats, but I'm going to get some white hats with maybe both my logos. I like my new logo because I'm just being arrogant on it. I'm just inflating an ego on that. The god of this one. The god of gigs. Oh, did he already end his live stream? He keeps appealing it. He'll get it back. I mean, at least he's still got a channel. When they deactivated me, they deactivated me. I wasn't even monetized. And I got deactivated for no reason. Well, they say there's a reason, but they couldn't show me the proof. Oh, he is still live. Okay, I thought whatever I thought I saw made me think he might already ended his live stream. I'd be like, damn, that was quick. I didn't know if he was starting his at 9 or 9:30 tonight. I knew it was I knew I was going to overlap for sure. But like I said, not everybody does or likes DoorDash, and everybody that I know that does DoorDash does nothing but complain about DoorDash, except maybe Bud Soda. I'm pointing at the chat over here. Well, all right, I need to come up with a new background thing. Hang on. Yeah, I like that. We'll go with me in the. Oh, he did end it. Okay. It's that Bud Soda internet, as Josh B likes to call it. Mine's screaming fast. I got the AT&T fiber optics running here. It cost me damn $90 a month. Almost everybody I know that does DoorDash, or I see it in the chats all the time. I see it in all the live streams people put on, and everybody's complaining about that app. That's why I say I put it in lots of their chats. I go, I had no issues with DoorDash today. Not a single one. Of course, I never turned it on, but I mean, that's why. There's just so many more options out there now. Unfortunately, like in Miami, where Jonathan K is, there's a wait list for everything. Everything he's tried to get on, there's been a wait list. And actually, DoorDash deactivated him down there. They booted him for I don't remember what, for something. Point Pickup's still sending me stuff? Okay, so he ran a 1-hour stream too. I had no idea he was doing that, by the way. I didn't know if he was going live at 9 or 9:30. I've heard decent things about that T-Mobile. It was like $50 a month. I've heard the commercials. I've heard people talking about it. Oh heck! Hang on, guys. I forgot to call my mom and tell her I was going to be doing this tonight, not to call me at 10 o'clock. All right. Sorry about that. Yeah, I knew she'd call me like clockwork at 10 o'clock if I didn't call her. Oh, $40? That's even better, man. I pay $90 for this fiber optic, but it is screaming fast. Upload and download. Upload and download streams speeds are usually up around 900 millibytes per second. Why is what? Why would that guy text me out of the blue? I don't even know him. Sorry. My phone's quiet all day long for the most part until I get on a live stream. And this guy that just texted me said, "Hey Tim, I hope you're all right." I knew him from the last bar I ran. I haven't seen that guy in probably 8 years. Just out of the blue, he just messaged me on the Facebook. "Hi Tim, I hope you're doing okay." Probably wants to sell something. That's usually how those start. He can use up to 26 devices. Well, I was doing when I had my visible.com phone that I paid $19 for. I ran my whole house off of that on the Wi-Fi. I mean, it worked pretty good for. I mean, I'm alone. I live alone, so for what I did, I'm on my computer watching TV right over there, or it's kind of over there because it's that way. That's backwards on the TV or on the screen here, but that ran fine. And then I go to bed and I have my iPad on it, or I was on my phone too. I ran all the devices off the Wi-Fi. The TV was actually plugged in straight from the HDMI out of my computer, though. Yeah, if you guys want to get on the lookout and try and find apps, gig apps out there that doesn't require us to do like really delivering anything, like a lot of the photo ones, the only two I found so far, and I haven't looked really, really hard. I know there's some freelance photography ones you can do from websites that sell stock photos. Those I don't know what they pay too much, but I know that's always an option. You can just take random pictures of whatever while you're just out doing anything. Just upload them. You might make money off of them someday. It may not be a lot, but hey, that's passive income right there because you don't do anything except take the picture the one time. And then that observer that I'll be checking out this week, and I hopefully will get something done with proxy picks. I've got the pair. Oh, that's what I was going to say with proxy picks. There's apparently some kind of training run or something you got to do first, which if you don't do that, you'll get overlooked for jobs right out of the gate. If you do, because you can get on it from what I'm being told without doing this training thing, but you get overlooked for jobs right away. You'll other people get the jobs first or get the offers first because you didn't do the training. I haven't used Starlink. No, I've heard mixed things about it, but what I have heard though is it's kind of pricey. It's pretty expensive. I am waiting for the Tesla phone to come out because that will, if it all works the way that I heard, this is going over a year ago, probably over 2 years ago, it's going to be running on Starlink, not through cell towers. So like in a storm, when cell towers get knocked out of service or whatever, Starlink's up above the clouds. It's higher. They're not going to get knocked out. You're still going to have cell service. You can still communicate even with a storm. And if those phones are $1,000, I'm going to buy one. I don't care. You know, I'm cheap on my phones. Oh, me too, bud. So, I mean, people are always going to be ordering the delivery food. But what a lot of the food apps are, you get your good tippers once in a while. But I mean, it's going back to the old days where I'd run and make $4 to $6 to $8. I mean, a $10, if I made $10 off a delivery, that was smoking good. But I'm going back, 15 plus years. But yeah, I mean, a lot of them, you get a $2 or $3 tip, that was, you're doing okay. And that's what some of these orders I see the screenshots of all the time on that hateful DoorDash app, all the 225s, the no tips. And, you hear people talking, running their mouth, the customers, but I tip cash. Well, we don't take those. We're not willing to take the gamble that you're one of the less than 2% of the people that may place orders that are actually going to tip cash. It may not even be, it may be less than 1% now. Because I know I've done a lot of deliveries and I don't get a lot of cash tips on food deliveries. Not here in my market. In fact, I don't get many cash tips at all. I know one time I was just telling Lisa about this one Instacart I did last year. It was either Instacart or Spark. I think it was Instacart. I think it was pretty sure it was Costco, and it was a decent size order. And they paid well through the app. And I get there, I pull out in the street because they had their driveway completely loaded with cars, and I'm pop open the tailgate and I'm getting things, dragging out the cases of soda and water and whatnot. And then the dad and his 3 large sons all came out to my truck and carried everything. I never left the tail end of my truck. Click on handed to the customer, and then he handed me a $20 cash tip. I'm like, son of a bitch. Boom. Oh, it just made that, those kind of times, that just makes your day. It's just giving you a good attaboy. It made my day. And that was a double. I made really good money off that delivery off the app. Plus I made good money off the other delivery. And then a $20 cash tip on top. That was great. I never forgot it. I don't know, somewhere out. It wasn't in St. Louis. It was south of St. Louis, but yeah, I order, the only place I order food delivered from is Domino's because they don't use the gig apps. They don't use the food delivery apps. So I'm going to get a better deal right there. I know I'm not going to get my money manipulated out of me by some gig app, food app. And I tip usually $3 or $4 on the app, on the restaurant, on Domino's app. And then I always give a cash tip. And That way, I mean, unfortunately, I don't order that often. They may go through drivers, and that drive the next time I order them, the driver may not remember me because I know me as a driver. I remember that customer that gave me cash, the good tips or the bad tips. They say you always remember the bad tippers. Yeah, I remember all tippers, whether it's good or bad, mediocre. I had one lady that did that for Sam's Club, and she asked me how it actually worked. And she said I was the best shopper ever. You know, I keep hearing with Instacart, they're going to come up with preferred shoppers. I don't know about Spark, but I keep hearing rumors in the grapevine there of the Facebooks, the groups, that they're going to be able to select preferred shoppers on Instacart like you can on Shipped. I mean, I barely did any shipped orders, and I got four customers that requested me as their preferred shopper, and I've not been back. I quit shortly after that. And I was. This is funny. Let me go to my Instacart here. I never even noticed this together. If I did notice it, I forgot. But in the actual like the compliments from customers, uh, let me find it here. Under ratings, under feedback, no compliments. Okay, this was last year, August 2nd last year. Um, Actually, we'll go with July 31st last year. Really appreciated his produce selection. Went above and beyond for my order. And then my very next one, 2 days later, on August 2nd, 2022, the grapes look like they are going bad. That was it. That's the only thing. I think she's one of them that gave me the 4-star rating that won't fall off, because I had 2 4-star ratings right around August 2nd last year, and I still have one. One fell off, and I'm still at 4.98 stars. Let me tell you, when I got those 2 4-star, I'm looking at the mic again. When I got those 2 4-star ratings, that's why I quit seeing orders. My orders dropped. Now, the last one I did for Instacart 2 days ago, because I didn't work yesterday or today. I was looking at it last night, and they ended up upping one of the tips on it $3. So I ended up making $62.38, I think, in tips off of that, or something like that. I made $78 and some change off a double that had 12 items on it. That was awesome. Who's on Uber? Yeah, I've also worked in 2 grocery stores. I know a little bit about, and I was a produce manager, so I've actually texted the customer, and especially on an Instacart order when you can, they wanted, say, cucumbers or avocados. What's nice about Spark orders, the shop and delivers now at their express shops, you can actually communicate with the customer. Because I've done this on Instacart, but it's much quicker on Spark. She wanted 2 cucumbers. They had like 14 cucumbers left. I couldn't find 2 cucumbers that didn't belong in the trash can. All their cucumbers needed to be thrown away. I text the customer. I go, and I also looked for organics. They didn't have any, and I can't make substitutions at Walmart. That's what sucks, because they did have English cucumbers that were in good shape, but they had no. Hey, Ceci, what's up? I just noticed you popped on. They had no cucumbers worth of shit, but I've seen that with avocados. I ended up on Instacart getting a lady to get a one of those like 5 packs or whatever of avocados, instead of a couple of avocados, because their avocados were all they're past their due date. If you would have cut into them, they're probably all oxidized and brown and shit. They were too soft, too dark. They were way overripe. Oh, Domino's is? Wait, Domino's is on Uber Eats? They don't use gig apps. They pride themselves in that, from what I heard from commercials. They're on Uber now. I'll have to look into that. Yeah, I switched to that. I was this for a while earlier because I like the Jägermeister, but I gave it a change up. I could have it. Oh wait, did it? Okay, yeah, you can see the Jägermeister. I think. Yeah, let me switch it back. I'm gonna go back to my driving fast one. Tim drives fast. What up, JP? I did the anti DoorDash show over here on my channel tonight. Because I don't watch a whole lot of content with DoorDash and Ceci, I say it every time you see me on anything. DoorDash sucks. I just made 3 new thumbnails tonight, but I think that says DoorDash. Well, I don't know if I don't want to spring them on you yet. One of them says, no, I think, yeah, it does say, yeah, I think they all say DoorDash sucks on them. I'm sitting here trying to think. Do they all say DoorDash sucks? Yeah, they all do. Every last one. One of them says, I'd rather eat the seed of an avocado than turn on the DoorDash app, than turn on DoorDash. I don't like it. I'm sorry. A lot of people think they have to depend on it. I'm going to try and prove like hell. I don't care what market in. There's enough freaking gig apps out there. You can eliminate the headaches and not use it. Yeah, with working in restaurants and bars for so many years, especially lemons and limes, I know how to pick them from bartending for freaking decades. Yeah, and having to actually go buy all the produce for restaurants straight sometimes from farmers markets. Yeah, I know produce, and being a produce manager. Yeah, I know because what you guys don't see now. Bud Soda may be familiar with it. Every morning we had to go before the store open. We would go culling through all the produce with a trash can on wheels, throwing shit away, culling out the bad looking stuff. And I've noticed with a lot of grocery stores lately, and one of the biggest local chain here in St. Louis, Schnucks, is probably similar to your Wegmans. They are not doing that. I mean, their bell peppers are crappy, cucumbers are crappy, avocados have been crappy. I see rotten tomatoes out there that should have been thrown away like the day before. They partnered with Domino's. I didn't know that either. That's one of the reasons I ordered Domino's, damn it. Not anymore. Well, I got a gas station pizza yesterday, our local chain here. Well, it's not just local to St. Louis, but Quick Trip. They make pretty good pizzas. And I don't know if some people may remember a place called Pantera's Pizza back in the day. The one I got yesterday or 2 days ago, I got it, really reminded me of Pantera's. I got it from a different cute Quick Trip that I quit going to the one up the street from me because they don't know how to make a damn pizza anymore. A girl didn't like mushrooms, so she didn't put many mushrooms on my pizza. I'm like, do you realize I ordered double mushroom? I got like 3 mushrooms. She didn't like mushrooms. Didn't like to touch them. And I'm like, well, I love my pizza loaded with mushrooms. July. Well, that was last month. Well, I haven't really had on Uber Eats turned on to see if any Domino's orders popped up. I know when I delivered for Domino's, they didn't really pay very well. I mean, we got minimum wage, and they actually started a delivery charge when I worked for Domino's. When they first came out, it was a 50-cent delivery charge that the customer would see on their receipt that said it was a 50-cent delivery charge. We didn't get that. The drivers did not get any of that. And they told us to explain to the customers it was to offset the rising cost of cheese. And when they told me that, I'm like, well, then put it in the price of the pizza. Why add a bogus fee onto their receipt? Just increase the price of your pizza a quarter. Something shit. You'll make a lot more money increasing the cost of a pizza 1/4 than charging 50 cents for every delivery. Because a lot of orders had more than one pizza on it. Yeah, I've never had a soda break on me in a McDonald's bag. You can't stack other orders on top of it, that's for sure. Like literally, physically stack orders on top of your McDonald's stuff. Yeah, well, that's what I like. But I like a local place that delivers that does not use food apps because I don't like the elevated prices that all these restaurants are doing because of the food app industry. I mean, granted, I make money off of it, but I'm also a frugal SOB, and I don't like this. I don't want to spend an extra $30 between inflation and then the elevated food app prices. I can't do it. That's why I'd rather go to the gas station. I got well, and even that pizza that I got 2 days ago used to cost me $9.86, and they gave me a free 2 liter with it back then. And then what's up, Jason? Jason X. It cost me $13.15, but it was an extra large 2-topping pizza. Anywhere else I go, that's over $20 now. Usually over $22 or $23, upwards of $28 for a damn 2-topping large pizza. That's crazy how expensive it is. What you got up there, Shane? I can't click on it there. I'll go somewhere else where I can click on it so I can check out whatever that is after I end this stream here shortly. That's Shane's channel. Everybody's there. I just subscribed to Shane's channel. Oh, you like some dirt track racing? What is that? That's not sprint cars. Stock car racing. I think is that stock cars. I don't know. They got different levels of cars like that. I've got one of the shops that work on my car has one of those kind of stock car type things that I don't know if he still races it or not. Ray. It's Ray Avenue. Yeah, his shop's right behind my old apartment down in the Soulard neighborhood. I don't order anything from the food apps. I hate to say that. It sounds hypocritical, but I just go out and make money off of my. I'm out there. I don't need somebody to deliver it for me. Yeah, I noticed on one of the delivered Facebook groups I just recently got on, somebody yesterday. This is what I was suspecting was going to happen. They turned on that open order screen. They're signed up as having a van, but they typically don't drive the van. And this person wasn't in their van, but was out and about and saw this order pop up. It was a $600 or $700 food total for Firehouse Subs, and the lady was worried that it wasn't going to fit in her car because she didn't have her van, and it fit very tightly, she said, but it worked. I saw no hot bags, or no catering bags of any kind, but I'm afraid that people that don't have the proper equipment and proper size vehicle now, if they see a big order, they're going to take it. Like that huge $3,400 Soul Taco I did, and I saw the other driver there with a Chevy Cruze. I keep bringing it up. That order would not have even fit in his car. That's why he's never seen an order that big. Because he said in 2 years he's never seen an order that big. And when I saw what he was driving, I'm like, it wouldn't even fit in there. I mean, it may have, but nah, I don't think so. It wouldn't have fit right. He would have really had to cram it in there, and he might have had to have shit sitting on his lap to get it there. I'm not either, Sese. Not a one. Now, they keep emailing me that like I am. Uber thinks I am, and DoorDash, because they keep emailing me. But I'm pretty sure I've never signed up with DoorDash, and I'm pretty certain I've never signed up with Uber Eats. I did use Grubhub once right after I moved into this apartment because I missed the burger from the bar a block away from my old apartment. And I didn't feel like driving down there. And I asked for it rare, the burger rare, because I figured the carryover cook time, it was going to be at least mid-rare by the time it got here, or medium. That thing was well done. It was well done when it went in that box. I knew the fries were going to be soggy because I got it to go. But that's what I didn't have an air fryer then, but I had a toaster oven. I bring them back to life in the toaster oven. But I wanted that burger. I just didn't want it well done, and that's what it was. But that's the one time I used Grubhub. And when I was sick and couldn't leave my house for like a year and a half, I used Postmates once. Bad, damn, that was expensive. Or like 2 cartons of cigarettes though, and some and food and other stuff. Oh my gosh, that was an expensive bill. Pretty much, Sam. Well, you got to be careful with ground beef at some places, but I knew this place well. They served a lot of burgers, so I knew their hamburger was pretty fresh, and I knew where they got it from. Unfortunately, the owner just passed away last year. He was much younger than I was. Not really. Yeah, I do know what happened. I'm just not going to talk about it on here. Oswego in October. I don't even know what that is. We've got this 55 I-55 raceway south of St. Louis. I've never been there. Right, that's called carryover cook time. A lot of people don't know. Like, there's a couple of reasons you let food rest before you serve it to your customer. One, it gives the meat time to relax, and all the juices gets redistributed out throughout the meat where it should be. If you cut into like a steak right after you pull it off the heat, all your juices is going to run out on the plate. But you let it rest for the proper time, it redistributes. Plus, the carryover cook time, especially with fish, is a big one on fish because when you pull it off the heat, it's still cooking. That's why a lot of people overcook fish because you can really tell with fish if it's overcooked. Well, some people can. A lot of people, I guess, can't because they're just used to eating overcooked fish. But yeah, that carryover cook time keeps the fish cooking. So you don't really want to pull fish out of the fryer or however you're cooking it when it's actually done. You want to pull it out a little bit before it's done because by the time you or your customer eats it, it's going to be cooked right. It's going to be perfect. And like scallops, when I did I cooked scallops all the time at the place I was a chef at when I was going to culinary school. I had scallops in one of my classes, and some classmates thought I undercooked them, but then chef took a bite. He's like, "These are the most perfect scallops I've ever had in a class. These are perfect." I go, "Yep." And then he explained to the class why you didn't want to. You wanted your scallops a little undercooked, and they had a perfect sear on the outside, but they were not fully cooked in the middle. They weren't raw. But if you fully cook a scallop, it's like eating like overcooking a shrimp. It's like rubber. Yeah, I had a delivery over there. That's a different kind of racetrack. I'm talking that dirt racing we got down at I-55 Raceway. I've just never been there. They do like sprint cars or whatever. I don't know what they're called. Them. I don't know. It's not a big track. Yeah, I had a delivery over to Speedway is what I call it. I don't know what it's called anymore. It might be Gateway now. I had a catering order delivered, or I had to deliver over there, and they were setting up the little pylons, little obstacle course type things for cars to run. They had 2 of them set up. They were setting up 4 more on that lot, and 2 guys. I was sitting there after I dropped off the food, and I guess they were the ones that called me and told me where it was, where I was supposed to go. And I don't know who these 2 guys were, but they looked very familiar, like from one of them car TV shows or something. And I almost went back and tracked them down and said, "Are you guys on a TV show?" But I didn't. Post a link to what, Lisa? I talk about a lot of stuff, and I've got that ADD and the memory of a freaking gnat when it comes to what I just talked about a couple minutes ago. I just started watching some. It's not Top Gear. It's that the American thing, U.S. Grand Tour or whatever it's called. I started watching that again. I haven't watched it in a while because I really like the original Top Gear with Richard Hammond, James May, and Jeremy Clarkson. Um, just goofballs. and I pulled that up because I miss my Netflix. I don't have Netflix now. I think I'm going to sign up with Netflix because I've been using my buddy's account for years, but they just made it to where I can't. I'm actually not putting that soda back in the cooler. I threw some blue ice in my cooler. I didn't feel like my water always gets warm while I'm sitting here, and I like ice cold water. Sprint car base, yeah, that's what I thought. And it is Gateway now. I knew they've changed the name more than once. That's why I call it what it was originally, Speedway. I think it was Speedway. Well, there's a junkyard over there called Speedway, like right across the street. It's like a pick and pull or you wrench it junkyard. There's supposedly another one over there somewhere that's all on concrete, not gravel. It's supposed to be really clean and nice, or it was a few years ago when it was fairly new. I don't know the name of it, so I never went over and checked it out. No, I have not seen anybody eat popcorn from 1910, but that's a rabbit hole I have been in on the YouTube. Is people eating like MRIs from like the Korean War and World War II, opening them up, trying it. I mean, some things they just simply won't eat because it's just too rancid and rotten when they open it up. But it's interesting. I don't know. I think it's funny. Yeah, I was over at Speedway one night with my Firebird. I was going to run it in the quarter mile, and I had to wait like an hour to get checked in my car, in line, in the line of cars. And then because I didn't have pants on, I didn't have pants with me. I was wearing shorts. All I had was dress slacks because I'd outgrown all my jeans from the year before. I was expanding a little too quick in the waist because I tried to put some jeans on, and it got pretty chilly that night. And they wouldn't let me run my car in a quarter mile. I'm like, shit, I don't even have my car was pretty much bone stock. I didn't even need a helmet, but I had to have pants on. I'm like, I drive faster on the highway than I'm going to on your track. And that's with other traffic on the road. And I can do that in shorts or pants. Yeah, that's what I was watching on Amazon. Amazon Prime TV or video. There's a couple of the streaming service out there. It bugs the hell out of me because the sound varies so much. The sound level, when it's just people talking, it's one level. Then any kind of action happens, and boom, your volume goes up like 50%. So I'm constantly turning it up, turning it down, turning it up, turning it down. Now, if I didn't have neighbors, I had my own place completely with no neighbors upstairs, downstairs, left or right, I wouldn't care so much. But I do have neighbors below me. The person on the other side, there's like a brick wall between us. I can't hear anything over there, and he can't hear anything from over here. But downstairs he can. I try to be a courteous neighbor. Yeah, I love the old Top Gear. I liked when I can't remember what that car was. They tried turning into, I think it was a Renault something. They tried turning into like a space shuttle and launched it. It didn't go too good. There's just some funny shit. Richard Hammond that one day, he was driving a Marauder, I believe it was called. This just ginormous all-terrain vehicle. Huge. I mean, he went through a drive-through. It barely fit. And it didn't have a window that rolled down. It had a little round opening in the bulletproof glass that was in the driver's door that it just had a little cover plate you've moved down, and he's trying to reach through it to grab his food and yanking it through this little hole. He got it. Yeah, they got movies. I just don't like the sound. The sound levels jump up and down so much. I think one of those I just watched the new Transformer movie on. I might have been, I don't know which one it was. I've got Hulu Max or HBO Max. Now it's just Max. Amazon Prime Video. Well, I've got Fire Stick. I've actually got everything, but sometimes the streaming service. I got Paramount Plus that came with my Walmart Plus account. Disney Plus came with that damn phone I bought and used for like 2 days from Walmart. I get 6 months free of that. And they just reactivated my account. They're not charging me for it yet, but after that 6 months is up, I bet if I don't cancel it, they'll be charging me. I barely watch anything on Disney though. That's something I just you just got to wait for whatever series you want to watch to drop, and then pay for 1 month, watch everything, binge it, and then turn it back off. Like Mandalorian and whatever Star Wars nerd stuff I like to watch. I'm watching, rewatching on Hulu right now, the old Stargate Atlantis series. That's my favorite sci-fi show of all time, I think, is the Stargate series. SG-1, Atlantis, and even Universe, which they kind of need to come back and at least do a couple episodes to give us closure for us Stargate fans out there. Oh, I do. I've watched it all. That's the problem. I'll rewatch the original 3 Star Wars movies every once in a while. No idea if I've seen that one or not. If it's from the new Grand Tour show, probably not. I barely watched any of that, but I've watched a lot of the old Top Gears over and over. But it's a lot of times now I would just have it on in the background doing other stuff in my house because that's background TV. I like to have, like I did the Meekum or Barrett Jackson auctions. I got Motor Trend TV too. I just let some of that stuff just run in the background while I'm doing other stuff in the house. Especially if I've already seen it, I still like it's good background for me, and I don't get too interested in it if I've already seen it. Oh gosh, the Grand Tour I just watched, they were in like Norway or something, and they accelerated down this tunnel, and James May was the second car, and he had the the Mitsubishi, not Hammond had the Subaru Impreza 2003, some fancy one at that time, and James May had this Mitsubishi, something turbo. I can't remember which one it was. Well, he ended up not braking in time, and he broke ribs, banged his head up because he slid sideways into a wall. And he still made that thing still made it to the end, barely. Oh yeah, damn crybabies. Grow some skin, fuckers. Anyway, I'm gonna end this 40 minutes late because I was only gonna go for an hour, but I've got to get in fall asleep mode because I'm gonna set my alarm for pretty early. I may try and make some money before I have to pick up that delivery order because I've got to drive longer than I usually drive to pick up an order, but I'm bringing it back I'm bringing it back out to the South County area. But I'm going to see if I can get a delivery that's going to get me out that way from like Instacart or something so I can get paid to go pick that order up. But I am off for the night. You guys keep your eye out for new apps or different gig apps. They may not be new, but oh shit, what'd I just do? I accidentally clicked a button. There went my mic. Oh, that's the cord that's getting in my way of my mouse. I'm like, what is this cord that's in the way of my mouse that I'm messing with? That just screwed my whole angle up. Now, I'm going to keep looking, like I said, Observa, that photo one of end caps and whatever in stores and gas stations. I want to play around with that this week, and also proxy picks. And big reason for Observa, I'm already a lot of times in a store doing a shop, and if I can make extra money while I'm already doing a shop, making money off of that one, that's awesome. But you guys have a great night and a prosperous week ahead, I hope, for everyone. And I'm trying to figure out how to log this off. There it is. I keep forgetting the end broadcast is up on the top right. I'm looking all over the bottom for it. I'm not making all them videos. Did you? Yes, it did sink into the ice. They still got it out. You know which one I'm talking about then. What was that car before I get out of here? That's a Mitsubishi, not an Eclipse. Jesus, what was it? I knew the name as soon as he said it. And Clarkson, of course, had the Audi Quattro, as he called it, but it was not a Quattro. I'm gonna have to go look it up now. I'll figure it out. It's gonna drive me nuts. I don't know if I can or not yet, Digi. That's a long drive from here, you know. And my 8 miles per gallon. I went there and picked up tires I bought. That was took me like 30 minutes to get there. That's why I was asking how long can they keep it. A Mitsubishi Evo? I think that might have been part of the name, but that wasn't the name. Anyway, I'm out. Peace.